last week I built the world's biggest Bloxburg bedroom, and a lot of you guys in that video were suggesting I now build the world's smallest, but I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna build the world's smallest Bloxburg house. I'm talking bedroom, kitchen, dining room, living room, bed, bathroom. Now, in order for my big body, like, look at the size of these chicken thighs. You think these are busting through the smallest house's doors? I've handily got myself a little dresser here, and we're going to reverse time and turn into an infant. Why am I naked? I look like I'm fresh out of the womb. Oh, there we go, guys. Perfect. I'm now a little baby. So, of course, we would normally start building a house with some walls. We'd actually normally build it pretty far back, you know. But today, this is going to be like our pathway. In fact, I'm not even going to use a floor. I'm going to use a flipping basic cube, okay? I'd say I normally would make my little pathways about 2 blocks wide. And then on the side, I'd normally add like a little bit of greenery, wouldn't I? And oh, for goodness sake, I fear we're going to be needing to use a lot of Transform Plus today. Do you know what I could have actually used for this, probably? I could have used a table runner. How big do we want this to be? Like, I want it to actually be movable. So I'm thinking maybe like 3 by 2 wide. Now, I already can hear the comments. Reese's, this is the smallest house. Yeah, I know. I've seen people on TikTok, guys, who like build a pathway and they'll place a little blob and go, world's smallest house. That's not a house. You can't realistically live in that. This is going to be the world's smallest house that you can actually live in, okay? Now, obviously for our walls, we're going to have to use basic shapes. That I'm not going to take the Michael with this. Okay, so I'd say the walls being about that high is absolutely magnificent. Now, of course, we need to have some which are available for windows. Would this be a house without windows? No, it would be a block or a prison cell, which I do love trapping you guys in a prison cell. And I definitely want to make certain parts of this house copy and pasteable. In fact, should we make the whole thing copy and pasteable? That is actually very easy. Like, not trying to sound up my own bum crack, but that is actually flipping easy, guys. Is start your build on a basic shape. It's literally that simple. Now, as you can see, guys, the windows are very, very easy to be copy and pasteable because you basically just copy and paste them. So I was debating whether or not we should have windows on the sides, but I think that's just going to be taking up too much wall space. Next up, guys, is going to be kind of complicated, actually. It's going to be the stairs. Or should we do the windows or the stairs next? I'm thinking actually the windows, because basically when we do the stairs, we can just copy and paste this whole thing onto the second floor. Kind of like when I made a copy and pasteable house. And speaking of that, actually, I meant to thank you guys. Oh my god, thank you so much. Somehow I've suddenly gained like 20,000 followers. Like, thank you guys so much. And if you're not already following me on TikTok, follow me, because I do make some pretty slay videos over there. So I'm gonna bring it out a little bit so we can actually access it. And we're of course just gonna be outlining it to begin with. And of course we've got to do it double-sided. So we'll grab this, which as you can see is fully copy and pasteable. And yes! That is so aesthetic. I was worried for a moment it wouldn't look as good as I was hoping. As you can see, we can literally just grab this and put it on to the second story. I'm already seeing the advantages, guys, of having a copy and pasteable house. Now, as you can see, we've got like a weird gap there. The simplest way to fix that is just to bring this floor down. Now, not everything is as simple as it seems, because we do actually need a space for the stairs. Oh my lord, I've been such a fool. But it's okay, guys. It didn't take me long to realize I could just place them on top, and it was really easy. Look at this. It's literally so much easier on the second story. Nothing like the first story at all. Now then, obviously the door is going to have to be open. Like, I'm not actually Jesus. I can't make magic. So I'm going to have to, as I say, make the door open. And I'm actually having so much fun. This is like therapy. I mean, that's probably not healthy. I should probably just go to therapy if I needed it. But Bloxburg building is legit therapy. You know, we actually haven't spoke about this on the channel, but Bloxburg released on their YouTube channel that there's going to be a huge map revamp. Who is excited? I'm so excited, guys. I kind of want it to be like a ring. You know those doors which have like those epic hangers? No. Oh, that's quite aggressive. Just knocking on my desk there. No, do you know what? It's fine. We can use a cylinder. In fact, I couldn't help myself but make it even cuter. Look at this new design. I love that, guys. It's kind of giving like the modern reveal. And oh my gosh, I've made such a silly mistake. Okay, no, not too much of a silly mistake, actually. I almost made this literally the same. Did we not learn our lesson? Anyway, I am such a fan of an oval window. And I'm also a little bit of a fan of a challenge. If you guys challenge me to some sort of competition, I will enter it with you. We should actually do a competition decoration. What could we do? If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. As I said, I love oval windows, so I quite like one to go in here, but it's actually been well lippy with me. Don't be being lippy, okay? It'll be the last thing you ever did. Let's resize that down, and then we'll grab this one and plonk it onto the top like that. I actually think I might have slayed this.
12 seconds later.
Sadly, I had not quite slayed it yet. This dragon was going to take a little more. But there we have it, guys. How nice does that look? And then how will I be covering the corners, you may ask? Do not fear, guys. I will be just simply using these basic triangles. A little bit fiddly, I must admit. But I got the job done, didn't I? And there we go, guys. What was that voice though? No, I actually thought this video was going to be like really easy. Like, oh, it's just going to be like maybe a 45-minute video to film. I've already been filming for half an hour, guys. Why is this all that I've done? I mean, it's fine. I love recording. I have no issue with how long it takes. But my point is, this is taking a lot longer than expected. You'd think the small house would take less time than the big house, but that's not always the case. So with this, it's going to be a little bit of trial and error with the roof. Just trying to work out how far it needs to go to actually look good. And part of me is wondering if I should do like a little nugget. Oh my God, shut the front door. That's so cool. That's so cool. No, I'm absolutely loving those. I was going to say let's add a nugget roof. No need. There is no need. As for the walls, I am going to be going very bog standard. This obviously isn't like meant to be the house of the century. It's meant to be like the most iconic mini house of the century instead. Now, similarly to when I built my copy and pastable house, whenever that was, I think the way I did it was I added some sort of like structural beam on the exterior, almost acting as a wall trim. So this one is good, but it's not quite thick enough. So I think we're going to have to use the standard structural beam. Sorry if I'm talking like all Victorian. I've recently got into Bridgerton, guys. I know. It's been out for years, but it's flipping amazing. But if any of you guys have watched Bridgerton, no spoiling, but let me know if you guys love it too. How are we going to build the bottom floor? We might have to like move the top floor off first. Didn't really think that one through, did I? Oopsie. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. We'll just like move the floor. So now it really is just time for final decorations on the exterior. And did I really just try and add real life shutters on there? What is actually wrong with me? We're obviously gonna have to add these as the shutters, which I needn't mind. Now, I can never remember if it's the vertical ones. Oh yeah, it is the vertical ones. Now, do we want the front gardens to be copy and pastable? I kind of think I actually do. Next up is trees. Oh my gosh. So obviously, if we put like a normal tree next to this, guys, what's it gonna look like? Oh my gosh, look at that. It's literally like a dollhouse under the tree. You know what? I was not planning on having a large tree there, but I might actually, if we just make it a little bit taller. This one can have like all cute fences around it. And then one thing I wouldn't actually mind trying is a cherry blossom tree. Because you can resize these really small. Oh my gosh, that is like life-size now. Oh my gosh, right, out the way, you disgusting plant no one cares about. Let's flipping put in my cherry blossom. And then outside, you guys know I normally like to add like a little table and chairs outside my house. So we're gonna go to babies and kids. And I know this is technically a pencil table, but we can like make it look not like a pencil. That is so cute. And then outdoor toys wise, we can maybe just add some like crayons on the floor. Either way, I just think this is literally the cutest thing I've ever even seen. It's now time to move inside. The only thing I've sort of forgotten to do are these walls here. So I just smacked them in with a horizontal wedge. Okay, we're gonna have to just, okay, move this, which should be really easy to place back in. Now, there has always been a shelf, which I've thought in my mind looks like a little bit of a staircase. Oh my gosh, shall we add this, guys? It's kind of hard to get it in place, but I can't tell if that's because of this organic tree. Like, this organic tree is actually causing me a lot of issues here. Yeah, it is.
Get away from me. I hate you. I hate you so much.
What I'm going to do to make it feel like a little bit more gradual, because right now it does feel like quite a steep staircase, doesn't it? Is we're going to basically grab ourselves a little square and make it about the size of half of one of these cubes. And that is actually so perfect as our little staircase, guys. And if you're wondering, this is what it looks like from the above angle. Okie dokie, guys. It's actually been like 5 hours since I filmed. And basically, I just went out for lunch and stuff. And I had like a little refresher. You know when you're doing a build like this, which is very very intricate. You just need a breather. And so now I'm back. I feel like all refreshed / genius. I literally feel like Albert Einstein. So I think we should get started with the actual design of this house. And do not worry, I know what you're all thinking, y'all. Reese's, please put a light in here so we can see what you're doing. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now we can see what is up. Maybe over here should be like our kitchen, dining. The first thing that we're gonna do is add a counter. Oh my gosh, look at how big that counter is compared to this house. But the only reason I've got this out is so we can like remind ourselves of what a counter actually looks like. And is it just me, but I cry so much when chopping onions.
Hello? Oh, hello?
Do you think a beverage fridge would be too big? It basically looks like, what is it? The equivalent to this one. Do you know what I mean? But it's in just this little house. It's so cute. Now, you guys know me. I'm a little bit of a marble topper, aren't I? So we're going to go for a medium stone grey marble, actually. So for our oven, I am going to use the beveled. Or maybe I should use the smooth. Basically, I want it to look a little bit different from the counter, but still like a cute oven shape. Anyway, we'll place this in and plop that out to the bottom. And it's just gonna have 2 little knobs on it. I love the word knob.
Bombastic side eye.
I was really hoping that we'd be able to fit like a little sink, but even that is so big. And by the way, like, this is the floor plan. If any of you want to build this for yourself, this is about how much room I'm taking up. It's literally so small, isn't it? So, oh my gosh, how cute is that sink, guys? Part of me feels like, yeah, it needs to be a little bit shrunken into the cabinet. So for appliances, I kind of feel like this doesn't matter, like regardless of size. Maybe we should be using like the miniature stuff, like a little cheese grater. But there we go. I actually think that's a well cute kitchen, guys. I absolutely love that. The one thing I have forgotten to do is add in like walls. So basically what we're gonna have to do is like add another basic shape in here. So I have that wrapping all the way around like that. Okie dokie, y'all. So now we're moving on to the dining room, which, as you could probably know, is my favorite room in the house because I love food. Now I tried using a coffee table, but even this was too chunky. Like, this needs to go on Ozempic as well, y'all. So then I decided to just make my own coffee table. And I found these really cute chairs, which are actually pretty perfectly sized. And then I basically just popped it in this corner here, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, the house looks a little bit disastrous right now because, like, the roof isn't on it. But I actually am very much liking that area. You know how earlier we were saying the potted plants were too big? Oh my gosh, this is literally a table plant. But how perfectly does that go? As for our TV screen, what are we actually gonna do? Like, seriously?
Like, seriously?
I don't know. Maybe we might have to have like a computer screen, but then that just looks like a computer. That does not look like a TV at all. Okay, should we just have like a couple of bean bags? Like, kind of a chill vibe, to be honest with you. So if we go grab like our other section of the house, so if we place it there, then use our little arrow keys. Is that right? Now, if we do want to look downstairs, we have to go into like this view. Obviously, downstairs could be open plan. Now, upstairs, I'm thinking we have a nice master bedroom here. Maybe with like a little ensuite. Then, oh, honey. Oh my gosh, look at those tall ceilings. And obviously, we'll have to make the walls a bit taller. So I'd say it's probably going to be easiest just to use the door that we did downstairs and have them just open literally like a little crack. I'm gonna have to like, oh my gosh, look, fly mode. Oh my gosh, I should do a video building in fly mode only. How cool and like tricky would that be? Anyway, I just thought we'd have like a little plant in there. And then we're probably going to end up having some in the bedroom. But for now, I'm not going to do that. We're going to have to do it quite a lot here when I want to use the sink, things like that. We're just going to have to go into fly-in mode. We might have to use like the babies and kids potty. Oh my gosh. It's literally like the perfect size for a toddler, this house, isn't it? That's humongous toilet paper. What am I meant to do with that? Now, for the guest bedroom, let's go in. And does this bed, oh my gosh. Even that bed is enormous. Do we get... the only baby's bed we have is like a crib, which obviously I'm not going to add that. And that doesn't look like too much of a fake bed, to be honest. So there we go. Got that going on there. We've actually got a really cute little window over here. So I was going to like make quite a cute little desk area for the kid. So we'll have that on there. And maybe they're just doing some coloring. And oh, look, it's like life-sized Susan dolls. And little Tom. Hey, Tom. Wait, why is Susan holding hands with Tom? Babe's trying to steal my man. I'll actually end you, Susan, mate. It's time for the master bedroom. And then as far as bed blankets go, I'm pretty sure that you can actually resize this one. These desk organizers could literally be a wardrobe. And with that, guys, Bloxburg's smallest house is built, y'all. Let's go and look around. If you are curious, this plot values at $69,000. What's my hair doing? My hair is longer than my body. I mean, this new haircut is absolutely slay. But anyway, that is pretty good value for a nice big house. So this is what I look like stood out of it. And I'll turn to a teenager at the end and see if we can actually fit in. But I think this is so cute, guys, especially with like all of the secret gardening around it. The horse traveled into the dark forest in search of help. He found a dark and mysterious hut, and out from the hut came a witch. Is that me? Is this my hut? Look at how fast I'm crawling. First up, we have the lounge room, where you can watch the best YouTuber in all of Bloxburg. If we turn around, I don't know why my blanket's bursting through the ceilings, but we have our fridge in here, which you can view the content. I'm too young to eat. What do you mean? That as we crawl up our staircase, we have the kids' bedroom. So this is probably actually where I'll be sleeping. And then next up is where I'm going to be doing all my dookies, having a nice big poop on the toilet. And then over here is the double bedroom, so the adult's bedroom. I guess also my room, because I'm the only person who lives here. What the hell? What is that avatar? Why does it keep putting me in the weirdest avatars? So this is the house next to a human. Oh my gosh, I'm literally too enormous to fit in. Okay, guys, editing Reese is here. Sorry if the audio is like really bad. Also, I don't know why I'm wearing a Tesco uniform, but when I was editing the end of this video, I realized that I never actually showed you guys me copying this house. Oh my gosh! Look at that. Okay, so the pathway is like the only thing that doesn't copy and paste with it. But look, you could literally make like a whole little cul-de-sac town. Oh my gosh, no, that was so worth coming back on here and looking at. That is the world's smallest Bloxburg house. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know any other ideas in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, you guys.